Hello, race fans! Welcome back to the NASCAR Melling series. We come in to the last 10 races of the year. Ferris Bueller leads by over a full race. Logan Cloud is in second. He's trying to catch him. He caught up a little bit last week. This week it's different. This week is last week Starlight Glimmer won. This week we come to the place where she started second and finished 39th. Where Logan Cloud sat on the pole, led the most laps, and finished a couple laps down in dead last after pit road miscues, ending up with Kamikaze Games getting his second career win. And of course, it comes at none other than the place, the last one of its kind, the last great Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway. For tonight's race, the Abu Garcia 300. So let's go. Take a look at your starting lineup. A very interesting front row. The Fonz in his Conagra Foods Pontiac will line up. Oh God, he's got Butterball on it. Shout out to Peter Onjak. Shout out to Geese Soap, I should say, on YouTube. And his Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Look who's on the pole. The last guy you'd expect at a very non-IndyCar track, but it's David Land. Anthony Perkins will line up next to Alan Rickman. Amelia Earhart and Anna Wilson line up an all-female an all-female third row. There's the winner of this race last year, Kamikaze Games, as he lines up next to Sir Topham Hatt, rounding out the top 10 is Amy Schumer and Pete Townsend. 3 of the 4 females in this field start in the top 10. Then Bob Seeger will line up next to Wario. Bob Dylan will line up next to Wee Man. Wow, look at all of these guys here together. Suddenly these guys are very potent in qualifying. Where's the... Which is the one we're missing? I think it's the 16? Patrick Starr, Robbie Krieger, Stephen Hawking, Eddie Money, Ringo Starr, and Rod Stewart. Wow, there you go. Stephen King and Haywood Banks start at the front of the back half of the field. Then there's Emerald, John Goodman. There is Logan Cloud starting all the way back in 26th position. And that's not the worst starting spot for a championship contender, as you are going to see. He's next to Sammy Hagar. Ward Gordon is next to John Cleese. And then the lad Mitch Hedberg lines up next to Tib Foster. Sylvester Stallone. Oh, yes. I remember who won this race last year. Sylvester Stallone lines up next to Jim Kirk. Then Leonard McCoy will line up next to Jack Nicholson. Franklin Clinton next to Benedict Cumberbatch as something's going wrong on the Sir Topham Hatt car. And something's gone wrong on this run on both the Rod Stewart car and the Robbie Krieger car. Ooh, as we're going to go track Benedict Cumberbatch and Franklin Clinton. So we go trackside of the most famous words in motorsports. Knuckles the Echidna starts next to Marty McFly. In a surprising last row, your points leader Ferris Bueller starting dead last. along with the winner here in spring and last week, Starlight Glimmer. Very rough qualifying for some major organizations as 40 cars attempt to snake their way off of the pit road, the road of the pitting variety. Oh, right, there was no Melling. There's only one Truck Series race here this year as we are green. David Land leads us to green here in the Abu Garcia 300. Alrighty, to second place, Alan Rickman. Fonz falls to third. Amelia Earhart looking for fourth from Anthony Perkins. That ain't working. That's not the way you do it. That reference twice, 2 races in a row now. David Land pulling away slightly. Ferris Bueller already to the inside. Where is Cloud? He's still stuck on the outside. This is championship implicating. Cloud's got to get to the inside. He's got to get ahead. He's got to stay ahead of that 41. Land to the lead. The Fonz will take second back. Wow. 4 laps in, and the guy who starts second at Bristol is able to be in second. They've sorted out about the top 20 now. Championship battle heating up. It's heating up a lot. Now after last night's race, there's about 8 races to go in the Truck Series. There's 10 to go in the Cup. Oh, 12. Oh, Cumberbatch. Oh, what are you doing? Cumberbatch nearly caused an accident with Jack Nicholson there. Running for 39th of all spots. Now, Cloud is falling down. There's a battle now for 33rd between Logan Cloud and Ferris Bueller at the line. Cloud held the spot ever so briefly, but Bueller passes, and now Cloud gets down to the inside. A damage control drive for this 94. Caution is out already. Oh, it's a big pile up. Everybody's going to the junkyard. The leaders. Well, something's involving the 59 of Peter Townsend. The Fonz is going to be leading this lap whether he likes it or not. Now let's try and take a look and see what on earth brought out this yellow. There we go. We switch to the wide angle. Whoa, guys. Whoa. This is towards the front. Whoa. Battle for 4th between Anthony Perkins and Amelia Earhart. The 46 just sends the 25. And here's where it looks like the 59 receives some side damage. Then the 74 hits the 46, and that's just what causes the big pileup, is everybody's into the path. Were they? The question now remains, well, they were green here. So Land was the rightful leader coming back to the line. Stephen Hawking is already out of this race. Wee Man's out. Rod Stewart is out. Wario is out. We already have 4 drivers who have pulled it behind the wall. Now Land will get back to the lead. Stephen King is also pit. Oh, Patrick Starr is L'd. Stephen King is also eats bees. The L zone. As we now only have 34 cars running just a few laps into this race. We haven't even, this time by at the line, we will hit the 6, well actually no, probably since this is like 5.533. We're around 6 miles through this race. Emerald is 2 laps down at this point. At this point, we currently have 28 cars on the lead lap. John Cleese, Sylvester Stallone, Sammy Hagar, Pete Townsend, and Sir Topham Hatt are all a lap in arrears, Emerald being 2. There's Starlight Glimmer. She pits from 12th. She got 9th, actually. Now, what happened was it part of the big stack up, or? Yeah. Trying to brake and just runs into the back of Rod Stewart in the 16. So she gets sent to the tail end of the pack into the 28th slot. We're going to go back green on lap 15. Quick rundown through your top 10 is going to be David Land, Arthur Fonzarelli, Alan Rickman, Ann Wilson, Dylan Jacobs, Amy Schumer, Bob Seeger, Anthony Perkins, Bob Dylan, and Amelia Earhart. So of the 4 Rush Fender guys still running, 3 in the top 10. Or is it 3 still running? As a massive engine failure, we're hearing there's only 3 running on Benedict Cumberbatch as he is out of the race, leaving us with 27 lead lap drivers for this restart. And only 33 drivers still running. Emerald quickly jumps back out front and gets one of his laps back. John Cleese trying to fight to get his lap back. He is not as lucky. He's slow. The Fonz, he's fighting. Now at the line, after a lap, Bueller 17th, Cloud 20th. Top 2 have a lapped car. We're hearing somebody else, a couple drivers. Emerald's into the pits after getting his lap back. John Cleese after not quite getting his lap back. Oh, Emerald will be 3 down. Oh, contact, John Cleese! With the car, Sylvester Stallone is only 1 lap down. Cleese now 2 laps down. Emerald trying to avoid going 3 laps down. As now we have a battle for the lead. Fonzarelli's going to take the lead on merit this time. Oh, Alan Rickman looked like he really cowboyed it. He did. Another driver in. We are hearing 2 tires, right sides only on the 17 and damage repair. Possibly an unscheduled stop, possibly trying to go a massive undercut. If we go green, this could be a valid strategy. Although she is now 2 laps in arrears. Likelihoods of it going green the rest of the way, not pretty. But if it goes green, she'll be able to have avoided all the traffic when she comes to pit road. Meanwhile, Logan Cloud running 17th, which is good, but Ferris Bueller is in 11th. Cloud now in a 16th past Bob Dylan. Bueller, however, has lapped 2 cars ahead of him, but they're both lapped cars. Pete Townsend and Sir Topham Hat. It's over a 2-second gap. Now it's a 3-second gap. These guys are slowing up the entirety of the field. Bueller trying to get around. Cloud using this opportunity. Picking off spots. He's up to 14th position. Bueller got to get going. He got around the 74. Now the 74 is trying to hold on. He's a lap down. No, the 9. Now Bueller clear of the lappers. That is big. Now Townsend, he's moving out of the way. Hedberg goes by. Now Ward Gordon easily goes by. Hedberg going after Ferris Bueller, which is what Cloud needs. What Cloud also needs is to get around Pete Townsend himself. Meanwhile, back up at the front. Goodman to 9th around Kamikaze Games. David Land has escaped to a lead of a 2.5 putting Amy Schumer between him and the Fonz. Battle for 3rd. Ann Wilson, Alan Rickman. The Knuckles and Ringo right in tow. 3-car battle for 11th. Bueller, Hedberg, Gordon. Cloud fighting Perkins. And Amy Schumer is slow. She's coming to pit road. So is Sammy Hagar. Coming off onto the racetrack is the pace car as we slow down to impossibly slow the speed. We will get to your pit stops shortly. Oh, what on earth happened? Oh, Schumer spun herself out while trying to get her lap back from the race leader. And there's where Sammy Hagar received his damage. Oh, no. Land is going to use this opportunity to pit. It's either a good move or a bad move. Depends on any... Oh! John Cleese is gonna nearly get turned by the Fonz. Oh! Knuckles, what are you doing? Ringo, what are you doing? I don't think Leonard McCoy wanted to pit. Oh. Oh, no. He is embedded. Oh, dear. Well, tires are getting changed. That's interesting. Anyway, out of the race now. At the moment, nobody. Ringo is still going after that. What a trooper. There's Ferris Bueller, who's now being scored in the 6th slot. What happened to Ward Gordon? He spun on pit road. Looks like he... What on earth? A very hectic race. Cloud will rejoin in 24th. Is he a lap? Well, he's a lap down. Somehow he lost a lap. Cloud just lost a lap somehow. I don't know how. I think he might have just gotten slowed up, been just far enough back. Oh dear. Oh dear. KG is a lap down, restarting on the outside for whatever reason. There are 8 cars on the lead lap. Those being David Land and Wilson. The Fonz, Bob Seeger, Ferris Bueller, Alan Rickman, John Goodman, and Leonard McCoy were back green. The entire field held up by the slowest molasses 17. This is sure to become a very interesting points day. Next weekend is the series' first trip to Road America since 2017. Should be interesting. Caution is out already. Nobody got their laps back. Cloud in it? Cloud's around. That was coming back to the yellow, I think. Oh, we have a mess. We have a mess. Oh, and it involves our points leader. Oh, that's a teammate. Oh, he turns the 42 and keeps going. The 9's around. Eight cars on the lead lap. Everybody is currently trapped a lap down. No. No. 7 cars. Including Bob C. Ferris Bueller's on pit road. Where'd he get his damage from? Was it a stack-up crash? No, it might have been from spinning his teammate. Yes. What? What a chaotic turn of events. And Bueller is still on the lead lap. Meanwhile, Pete Townsend pulls it behind the wall. We have 32 cars running now. Everybody from 26th on down is behind by multiple laps. Look at David Land's machine. The entire right side of the race car is beat to all heck. And we're not even halfway through this event. Oh, he spun! Oh! No wonder why. He got manhandled. The 7 of Ward Gordon knocked him in the fence. We're going to go back green on lap 43. As this ridiculous. Now, depending on how green we are and how much damage this 41 has, this could be good for the 94. Depending on how many cars can get laps back, how quickly, and stuff. All that good stuff. So we are about to go back green here at Bristol in the Abu Garcia 300. David Land leads us back easily by the 2 of Frightened. Maybe not. Clinton to the inside. They nearly made contact. Still there. Now Land is going to clear off of 4. No! At the line, Clinton had his lap back. Oh, and Wilson! Wilson sends the 6 up the track. Bad news for Cloud is that Bueller still appears to have pace. Fonzarelli, Alan Rickman nearly spins. Oh! Oh, big crash! Ferris Bueller's involved once again. Cloud snakes through. Caution is out. Bueller is stopped on the track. Championship implications. He's getting a tow. Yet another caution flag is come out here in the Abu Garcia 300. This time involving our championship points leader. We were green. Then Seeger took a very interesting... No, Seeger, I think, was trying to get to pit road. Is what happened. Comes down. Turns Haywood Banks hard. Yeah, he went to pit road. He turns Haywood Banks hard into the wall. Ow! Tank slaps. Comes right down into the 41. And 41 is hit by the 25, the 12. 74 as well. Oh, and there was a nice big hit to the passenger side. Bueller in the last stall on track. Several drivers smoking. Interesting stall strategies from the pace car. 12 is out. The 29 is out. The 9 of Bob Seeger has been disqualified for that move, it looks like. Or something, because that was a blight. That was just straight up. He had no chance of making it. He just straight up dumped the 29. So we have 28 cars still running at this moment. Ferris Bueller is out of the race. That is your points leader. That's the points leader. We'll drop further down the order. And you know what that means. Sir Topamat pulls it behind the wall. So many cars still running. 7 cars still on the lead lap. 14, a lap down. 5, 2 laps down. Amy Schumer is 3. Starlight Glimmer, who won here earlier this year, is running 10th, albeit a lap down. The 2 and the 47 did get their laps back. Franklin Clinton and Ann Wilson. Now it'll be Tim Foster will be the next one, and Kamikaze Games. As we have passed the halfway point in this very crazy rendition of the Abu Garcia 300. We've seen some craziest races over the years. I mean, we saw just last year, we saw Cloud sat on the pole, dominate the race, came down the pit road, and just we have no idea what happened, but he ended up dropping the last. 2 years ago, very crazy race. It looked like a Cup Series driver was going to win, and Crow T Robot, he pit under green coming to the white flag. I think it was the white flag. It was really late. Handed the win to Marty McFly. And now we're here with 7 cars on the lead lap. David Land, the Fonz, Alan Rickman, John Goodman, Bones, Franklin Clinton, and Ann Wilson. Some of these drivers have never won. Land hasn't done it. I don't think the Fonz has done it. Franklin Clinton, I know, hasn't done it. We're back green, though. 48 laps to go. Tim Foster back onto the lead lap at the moment. KG's got some damage. Cloud running in the 17 slot. Going to try and get by drivers. There's this idle Ringo Starr who's somehow still arriving after impaling his car. Now the Fonz back into the race lead. Possibly due to all that damage from the 6 car. He seems to be fading. This could be the Fonz's race to lose. His teammate Benedict Cumberbatch has already won earlier this year. That last lap, almost a full second faster than the 6. Now this main jam car definitely seems to be the 17. Oh, Starlight Glimmer, what are you doing? Holding up Leonard McCoy, that's why. Here comes Eddie Money around. Cloud would love to gain as many positions as he could, to gain as much ground on the 29th place car of Ferris Bueller as he can. He's in 15th at the moment. Meanwhile, back up front, David Land. Apparently, damage is not as affecting him as we thought, because he is caught right back up to the Fonz. Fonzie trying to get away from David Land the only way he knows how. Oh, Land, they touch coming off of 2. Contact, but nobody spins. And you know what these two side by side is good news for? It's for somebody. There's a couple of people. 16-6 and a 16-4 versus a 15-6 for 3rd place Alan Rickman and a 16-0 for 8th place trying to get away Tim Foster. But now David Land has gotten back in the lead and he's going to close in by a half a second. Rickman trying to get towards the front in his Delphi Chevrolet. Cloud running in 15th. Has gotten around the main jam car of Amy Schumer. He's got to do it 1 car at a time. Robbie Krieger is trying to catch him, though. He's coming up on Mitch Hedberg and Bob Dylan, who are side by side. Dylan has damage. But now Robbie Krieger, to his inside, is going to challenge him. Remember when I said Crow Pit coming to the white flag just a couple of years ago? Well, it was this guy who won, Robbie Krieger. I don't remember who won last spring. Cloud holds off Krieger now. Trying to get to the inside. A fellow Michigan native. No, that's not a fellow. I thought it was Bob Seeger. That's right. Bob Dylan's in it. No, he's from Minnesota. Wrong M state. Cloud really trying aggressive. He's trying, just look at him, trying to beat off that back bumper of the 60. Now he gets to the inside. For him, so we're closing in on 30 laps to go. Oh, a 2-for-1 deal at Kmart. He tried to get by Mitch Hedberg. It'll take him a second. He won't get it done this lap. It's not really a 2-for-1 deal. He's in the 14th, though. And is a gain of 45 points on Ferris Bueller, which would put him within a race easily. Back up at the front. David Land is re-lapped Tib Foster. Now he's coming up to put some other drivers a couple lap more in arrears. Really end Knuckles' hopes. Tibbs just hoping that if a caution happens, that he'll be in position to get his lap right back, because he's hanging with the 6. The 57 is throwing a monkey wrench into things. Foster needed a quickie yellow, did not get it. But he's still running great. He's in 8th place. There's 7th place Ann Wilson. So Robbie Krieger has gotten by the 94 Logan Cloud. Now Cloud trying to get back. Looks like the 94's momentum stalled out entirely when he tried to get by Mitch Hedberg. That's 42 points. Very slow through the corner for the 94 as we head back towards the frontal portions of the race. Top 20th place now, 2 laps off pace. Tib Foster, who's a lap down, is going to lap Amelia Earhart on merit-ish. Alan Rickman all over the back of this 20 for the 2nd spot. Next car up on the road as David Land is closing in on 20 laps to go is going to be the 17 of Amy Schumer, and we know she's not fast. 16.8, and she's running by herself versus 16.0. And this time at the line, Schumer 16.793 versus a 16.279, a full half a second off pace. And look who has come back into the equation, Tim Foster, looking for his lap back once again. 20 laps to go for David Land, trying to put his Hellman's number 6 in a victory lane for the first time in his career. He had that aborted season in the Verner's Cup Series last year, and what was essentially what was a partnership with Logan Cloud's outfit. Now he's moved back down to Neverpork. Oh, contact between Amy Schumer and Tib Foster. And these two have some history. Remember, Foster was on his way to getting his first win on a non-plate oval at Homestead when Amy Schumer passed him with a half a lap to go. Cloud down to 16th now. Anthony Perkins has gotten back by him. He's got a decent... He doesn't have a great car tonight, it seems, or he doesn't have great luck. We checked the fastest lap charts, and he's 31st fastest, so that probably explains a bit. Whereas the fastest car on all night has been the 6th place car of Franklin Clinton. He's just not. Now, Land just really drove away from Foster, but now has to contend with a badly banged up Bob Dylan, who's somehow running in 19th. Somehow only 1 lap down at this point. Coming to 11 laps to go, all out of sorts through the corner. Almost forgotten how to drive, and now he's trying to get to the inside of the 60. Dylan hanging tough for some reason as Tim Foster now tries to get around. David Land clears. Foster just bodies Bob Dylan up the racetrack. The WEC man holding no prisoners. Now a battling between drivers not for position as David Land tries to work by Ward Gordon. So too is Tim Foster. This is not at all for position. Cloud back by Anthony Perkins. Now going to try. His next car to work on is the 81 of Kamikaze Games. Now Tim Foster getting his lap back doesn't mean a whole lot. We're within 10 to go. If a caution. Now we're about to get to 6 laps to go, and if a caution at this point I think going to come out, I believe the race is going to end under caution. 5 laps to go. And the Fonz is kind of driven up a bit, but he's got a bunch of cars he'd have to pass. Land just has to keep it clean, and he's going to win. And what I believe, if I have run my numbers correctly, will be his 53rd career Melling Series start. He made 30 starts in 2018 and did finish like in the top 10 in points. And now he is just... He lost out to Ferris Bueller in a duel at Memphis late in the season. But now there's no... Now Ferris Bueller is out of the race. And David Land is just 2 laps away from claiming his first win. He's in the final mile of this, the Abu Garcia 300, live from the Bristol Motor Speedway, through 3, through turn 4, and you'll see the white flag. Off the corner, rolling through the throttle, off of 4, checkered flag is out, David Land is a winner in NASCAR competition. Logan Cloud will come home, charge in the last few stages, 13th. Got around Starlight Glimmer, surprisingly. 27 drivers finished this race. Bob Seger ends up going to Dairy Queen mid-race in a move that shocked the world. Or he was just parked. I don't know which one happened. He might have been parked and still just decided, I want ice cream. One of the craziest. It was a crazy race. I can't even say it was crazy yet. Calm for the last. It was that because the first half was just so insanely nutty. Several drivers out of the race. A 48-point swing is what Cloud just took out of the points lead. And if there's some good qualifying results from some really good qualifying results out of this 94 and really bad qualifying results out of the 41, we could see Cloud take the points lead coming out of his home away from home state. Hello? Is this thing on? I can't hear myself. Hello? This is very strange. Can I still... No, I'm not sure what happened here at the end of the race. We're just going to have to hope you can still hear... Oh, did I turn myself down? I turned myself down. Okay. I turned the volume down. Some technical difficulties. Wow, I like all those 30 kilobytes. 29, 20, or probably 28 for... And all of Werner's ones will probably be like 32 or something. Yes, I was going to say 31. Bristol. $116 points is the gap coming into the last 9 races of the year. Not Road America's next time out. Then it's going to be Darlington. Then I think it's an off week after that. A much needed off week off for this guys. I mean, in universe because, you know, obviously extenuating circumstances. Leonard McCoy making a charge. Starlight Glimmer only up 1 spot, but it's something. Tim Foster trying to piece back together that early season Lionel Messi Racing dynasty. He's up to 17th in points. Eddie Money been a really impressive rookie despite having 0 wins on the year. Cumberbatch having 2 wins. Bottom in points remain entirely stagnant. Haywood Banks has done nothing for 3 seasons in Melling and seems like he is going to be gone at the end of the season. With only 3 laps led and a single top 10 to his name. One of 3 drivers all year with no top 5s. And guess what? The other 2 drivers have at least won in the series before. Wait, Hawking? I don't know if Hawking has, but Hawking was at least had a brief stint in Cup to his name. And he's got a pole. KG's got a pole. He's got wins the past 2 years prior. But Leonard McCoy could be another story. He took another big swing out of that points lead. A lot of people were getting... Bob Dylan closed in a bit. Amelia Earhart closed a decent bit. Slightly. David Land, though, just took a 109-point swing out of the points lead. He's 140. He is just over just barely a full race behind Logan Cloud. So what we're trying to say is that still realistically a lot of people have chances, although Haywood Banks is well over 5 whole races back. With how this point system works, it's closer to 6 whole races back with 9 races to go. So by the time the checkered flag falls at Darlington, he could be eliminated from championship contention. Anyway, that was the Abu Garcia 300. Tomorrow night's the big one. That is, I believe, the Cheez-It, I want to say 500. That's sure to be a good one if this weekend's races are any indication. I'm announcer Western Caves. We'll see you next time. We'll see if Ferris Bueller can right the ship a little bit, or can Cloud do what he has done? What he's been doing a decent bit and closing that gap. It's been hovering though for Cloud. Cloud trying to recover that points lead he had. He had that big slump, of course, late April to early June that he only started to turn around going up into July. As you remember, 310 back after Canadian Tire. Just a terrible race weekend. That Canadian Tire race weekend. .106, I believe, is the closest he's been since then. That was after his win at... No, not his win at Dover. He got closer at Atlanta. But with a decent result at Bristol, despite being trapped a lap down the majority of the race, the pendulum could be swinging into the favor of the 94. And with how Carl Edwards has struggled in the 94 and Cup, and if Cloud just keeps up this pace, it might be time. It might be time for Cloud to move up to the big leads. But who knows? It could definitely be time for Ferris Bueller to return, as he still boasts 3 more top 10s than any other driver this season. Robbie Krieger's, though, leading in polls. That's an interesting stat. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Either at Bristol or Road America or Richmond, I guess, even, if you're going to watch trucks next. Anyway, everybody at the WesternCaves Sports Network, I'm signing off.